All the way back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, the 1960s, man dreamed of a place where anyone and everyone could go to get every piece of civilization in the palm of their hand. And over 6 decades later, we've gone from primitive machine with a lack of features and no real identity, to a primitive machine lacking features and having no real identity. Safe to say we've come a long way, but what better way to represent the new age the internet has brought than with memes? Memes, for the good of mankind or not, have been one of the leading effects of the internet's rise. They, just like us, have evolved over many years. They come in all shapes and sizes, we may not always understand them, but at the end of the day, we can't escape them. But considering I've been talking for about 30 seconds, it's about time I brought up Sonic the Hedgehog. Considering how memes often use copyrighted characters and material, and given Sonic's not-so-stellar reputation, he's been a prime target for memes over the years. So I thought let's go through Sonic's history and look back at all the most influential, iconic, and moronic memes that have manifested over the years with the blue blur. I'm gonna try not to talk much about memes that are only in the Sonic fandom, but rather general ones that most people, including non-Sonic fans, will know about in chronological order. And before we start, I just want to say that viewer discretion is going to be advised on this one. Considering the internet's type of humor, there's going to be a few touchy subjects, so you've been warned. This one's going to be a doozy, so buckle up, chuckle f***s. Let's start at the beginning. Hello, internet. It's a bit hard to find what was the first ever Sonic meme. I mean, it depends on what you consider a meme. But in my correct opinion, I believe that the first widespread Sonic meme, and maybe even the reason I'm making this video at all, was none other than our man, Sonichu. Created by the one and only Christian Weston Chandler on March 17th, 2000, when Chris was tasked with making a CD cover for a compilation of his favorite songs, his game plan was to use Sonic and Pikachu in the project. But his teacher wouldn't allow him to use copyrighted characters, so Chris had an idea. Sonic and Pikachu combined into one to create Sonichu. He would later go on to make the fabled Sonichu comic series, as well as his classic Sonichu medallion, as well as making an entire cast of colorful characters, including Sonichu's wife, Rosechu, the Chaotic Combo, Chris's Sonichu form, and even Sonichu and Rosechu's kids. Throughout the years, Chris would upload his creations to his site, CWC's Sonichu site. However, in 2007, the Sonic fandom was changed forever, when 4chan users were tipped off to Chris's shenanigans. It was actually something awful, I'm an idiot. And since then, Sonichu has been one of the biggest Sonic memes to date, mainly for the reason that many see him as an encapsulation of the entire Sonic fandom. And while that's kinda true, I guess, Sonichu's been immortalized as a de facto Sonic OC. He's everywhere. All you gotta do is paint Sonic yellow, change his ears and tail, give him cheeks, and boom. There's been so much Sonichu content out there, it's insane, so I'm gonna just leave it here. But truth be told, when people think of Sonic OCs, they think of Sonichu. She couldn't have just let him use fucking Pikachu. Speaking of, something the Sonic fandom has been chastised and beaten for the amount of are Sonic original characters that have been created. Mostly every Sonic character is assigned with the same basic style template, so it's super easy to make your own custom character, but maybe a bit too easy. Because of that, there are an infinite amount of Sonic characters out there. Like, there are so many, I was legit gonna do a video about the world of Sonic OCs, but then I typed Sonic OC into Twitter, and I wanted to be alive when the video came out, so I bagged it. But the thing is, considering there's so many, a lot of them end up just being pretty crappy and low effort. Like, for every unique and awesome Sonic character with a dope design that reflects the person who made it, there's 10 MS Paint Bucket moments, and accompanying 9-year-olds saying that this is their Sonic OC, and nobody else can steal this masterpiece of originality. It's so bad that there are literal stereotypes of Sonic OC creators at this point. Need I mention Chakra X's video? But out of all of them, probably the most infamous one that's been made is Cold Steel the Hedgehog, accompanied by the amazing and iconic line, "Nothing personnel, kid." Moving on from that, right into another iconic one, being Pingus. As we all know, this thing originated from an episode of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, but specifically the episode Boogie Mania, in which Eggman tells Scratch and Grounder,
"Snooping as usual, I see."
The meme, however, originated in 2007, where the YouTuber Steg Blob uploaded a YouTube poop titled "Robotnik has a Viagra overdose."
Now you may lick my balls and my fingers.
However, the meme didn't truly take off until the next year, where Mick Mangos would upload the classic "This Video Contains Win," where the clip is composed to Gourmet Race from Kirby Superstar. And ever since, it's been a staple for classic YouTube poops. This man's become an icon, having compilations, edits, fan art, etc. I mean, hell, it even made it into an episode of Sonic Boom.
Ah, Sonic the Hedgehog. Snooping as usual, I see.
Now we're at what might just be the most used Sonic meme of all time, "Gotta go fast." This phrase hadn't just become some late epic meme, it's essentially become Sonic's official catchphrase. Of course, originating from the Sonic X intro, "Gotta go fast" was basically just some cool one-liner that only real Sonic fans knew. But in around 2008, the meme was born with one image. It was an intentionally poorly drawn Sonic running on a road with the titular phrase written above his head. It was posted to the YouTubes forums, in which nobody really knew who made it, though it was supposedly originated from a now-defunct Sonic fan site called Sonic Central. It was shared around a bit on other sites, but at that point the parodies had already started coming in. People loved tracing over this thing and making it all different characters for some reason. But yeah, this thing blew up. It just kept growing and growing to every corner of the internet. Tumblr, Twitter, Reddit, this guy's car. And by 2014 it was officially starting to be recognized by Sega. And by now you can't escape the phrase. It is in literally everything now. Sonic Boom, the movie, hell, there was a figure of the poorly drawn Sonic in a Steven Universe episode, for God's sake. And speaking of Gotta Go Fast, another iconic line that was born around 2008 was "You're too slow." Originating from Brawl, one of Sonic's taunts became infamous for just existing.
You're too slow!
It was just kind of cringe, so the internet ran wild and turned it into a meme. However, unlike Gotta Go Fast, this one hasn't really been as remembered. I mean, yeah, people still talk about it, but I see way more people talking about Gotta Go Fast than this one, because it just got overshadowed. Now here's one that has absolutely no right being as in-depth as it is. It's Chili Dog Time. I'm sure you've all seen this absolutely iconic video.
It's chili dog time, yeah.
But how many of you actually know the origin of it? In 2009, a fan film based on Super Smash Bros. Brawl was produced, titled There Will Be Brawl, a parody on the name There Will Be Blood. It's a wild ride where the Mushroom Kingdom is full of drugs, gangs, and... It's such an oddity now, and from what I've heard, it actually wasn't even half bad. But the reason we're all here is him. Yeah, there he is. Played by Thomas Menino, Sonic was a homeless guy living alongside Snake, who lives in his cardboard box, which is genius. And he's basically just a simple background character, didn't really have much screen time. In fact, the iconic video isn't even in the show. It was actually a behind-the-scenes video. But out of everything here, the most interesting part are the people who made the series, being the duo of Zach Grafton as well as Matthew Mercer. Fucking Espio. Yup, essentially the creator of the Yeah Chili Dog meme is the modern voice of Espio the Chameleon. Because of course he is. This series is way too much to get into here, but if you want to know more, there's a nearly 1 hour long video by this guy named Mewtwo1,000,000, which I highly recommend if you want to learn more about the series. So yeah, go give him some sugar or you're fired. Okay, so a little update. I looked on the IMDb page for this series, and I looked at some of the voice actors, and this guy, who is this guy? There's also this guy. Okay, so I'm gonna be real with you. The subject matter on this one's kind of touchy, and by that I mean 4chan humor in 2009 touchy, so you've been warned. The Sonic meme of him with the derpy face and holding the ring, you all know the one. Well, it turns out the origins of that one aren't too peachy keen. The original version of this meme is from a 1942 animated Looney Tunes short titled Any Bonds Today, in which Bugs, Porky, and Elmer Fudd try to convince the audience to buy war bonds. However, where it gets iffy is when Bugs, yeah, so, it turns out that this meme had some pretty bad origins. But anyway, if we forget that thing and never bring it up again, the meme itself originated in 2009, where 4chan did its thing and started editing it into various things, like Pikachu, Link, Bald, and finally Sonic. In fact, now knowing this, I'm never gonna unsee Sonic's quills as just Bug's ears. I don't know, it's hard to like this thing anymore when the origin of it's so unpog. But moving on, we're at what's easily the most iconic Sonic meme of all time, the first thing people think of when they think of Sonic memes. The legend himself, Sonic. Created in 2010 by the YouTube user OnyxHeart, the video How to Draw Sonic Hedgehog depicts someone drawing the iconic image in MS Paint while being accompanied by a distorted version of Green Hill Zone. The original upload has since been deleted, but thankfully we have plentiful archives. But ever since this drawing's inception, it just hasn't stopped evolving. You've got Sonic Ball, an actually fun game with different Sonic characters such as Sonic, Tails, Shadoo, Aim Rose, etc. Sonic has a mod in Sonic Mania as well as other games, and as I'm sure you all know, an official free DLC t-shirt for your avatar in Sonic Forces. Yeah, Sega's basically adopted this guy and took him in as their own. They mention him all the time. He was in the movie, and even now has an official render made by Sega, including the limited edition Sonic Chili Dog G Fuel flavor, because yeah. Oh yeah, and speaking of, they had a limited 1-week Sonic collection of merch for the Sega shop on April Fool's Day 2018. I'm so bummed I missed out on this. It's so dumb, I want it. Hell, even Roger got some. Let's move right on to another iconic one, being Sonic.exe, created in 2011 by... The original story that was posted to the Creepypasta Wiki featured a boy getting his friend's copy of Sonic 1, but it's haunted by an evil Sonic or whatever. The story for some reason started to pick up steam rapidly, and not long after, people were obsessing over the Sonic with red bloody eyes. But after the Game Jolt developer Mist Crimson created a fan game based off the story, there was no turning back. He made another game, Sally.exe, people made a bunch of art, customs, Angry Sonic's career, and of course all the bootleg Sonic.exe plushes. However, before most of this happened, the mods and admins of the Creepypasta Wiki didn't like all this attention to a story they thought was absolute trash, because it was, so they deleted it. But it didn't stop the fandom from rallying for its return. But you may be asking though, how does this become a meme? Well, in the past few years, Sonic.exe has basically become a poster boy for shitty YouTube content, specifically videos like do not call Sonic.exe at 3 AM, OMG, he actually came to my house. In which people with -6 brain cells call Sonic.exe at 3 in the morning because the world of 3 AM videos has basically become a huge meme online thanks to characters like Sonic.exe. Point is, Sonic.exe himself hasn't really become a meme. He more so just represents all kinds of crappy lore for content online at this point. After that, we got onto one of the biggest chads in the Sonic fandom, Sammy Harbors. Or more accurately, Sammy Classic Sonic Fan. On the fateful day of July 15, 2013, Sammy uploaded the now infamous video Stop Hating on Sonic, in which Sammy sits behind some broken Jazzwares figures and, yeah.
Seriously, what the frick, guys? I mean, seriously, I hate all you frickin' Sonic haters! Sonic is not a bad franchise anymore!
Then a few months later in October, he made the second and even more infamous video, Rant Against the Sonic Fanbase, You All Ruin Sonic, in which he screams at the camera ranting about the Sonic fanbase.
I'm had with all you frickin' trolls, and all you frickin' haters, and all you frickin' Sonic
It didn't take long until 4chan discovered Sammy's shenanigans. What really put him on the map was when big YouTubers started taking notice of him. By 2015, channels like Gamer from Mars and Chadtronic had made videos discussing Sammy, the latter one, however, being the frontrunner for Sammy content, reviewing other videos like Sammy Classic Sonic Fans Adventure. But by this point, Sammy had stopped making videos and was trying to move on for the most part. But later in 2015, Sammy created a new channel with more laid-back discussions, however, it didn't really go anywhere. So after a 2-year hiatus, finally in 2018, Sammy made an unexpected comeback with his new channel, The Sammy Classic Sonic Fan. And since then, he has completely embraced the memes. He's done discussion videos, skits, hell, he even did an interview with Chadtronic under the Sammy Classic Sonic Fan name. And not only that, he's even recently made Sammy Classic Sonic Fans Adventure 3 after the first 2 Oscar-winning films, and it was the perfect way to cap off the trilogy with several amazing moments and callbacks to the first 2. I'm writing this before it came out, I have literally no idea. Okay, remember that warning I gave earlier? Yeah, this part's fucked. So on April 8th, 2013, two people known as Linstar and Lanny created over a 20-page long comic titled, yeah, just go ahead and blur that. I honestly just don't even want to talk about this thing because it's just flat out disgusting. I'm sure as hell never gonna read it. But basically, if you don't know what this comic is, I'll just give you this clip as a hint.
I'm the map, 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 I'm the map.
So yeah, basically this thing was released in an Encyclopedia Dramatica page which created because sure, and it of course once again was picked up by 4chan, in which, like the one page I can show without going to jail, shows this derpy image of Tails sitting on a bench, which was just used as a way to troll others into remembering that this comic exists. But it of course evolved into several people making edits of it, and there were so many it eventually started to leave 4chan, and even though you can't not think of the source material, I'll admit these are pretty funny. Now if we start at the beginning one last time and get to the year 2014, there was a pretty magical event once again from Mr. Chandler. On the 22nd of June that year, Chris learned of the announcement of Sonic Boom, including Sonic's new design, which he did not take too kindly to Sonic's blue arms. This started an over year-long temper tantrum in which Chris would boycott the game, destroy Tomy plushes, even though he still gave them his money, and attempt to glitter bomb Sega HQ. Though all he really did was put glitter in an envelope so it wasn't really a bomb. Created Facebook groups saying things like, I am still very pissed off that no one has fixed the monstrosity that is changing Sonic's arm color. I am boycotting the Sonic Boom games and TV show and the toys, minus the 2 I bought to illustrate my point, and everything else of it. But without a doubt, the most infamous hissy fit came on December 26th, when Chris entered a GameStop he'd previously been banned from, and after both vandalizing a Sonic Boom display and being told to leave, the police were threatened to be called. And then one of my favorite videos takes place.
Don't call anybody. And that was the bar too.
He was arrested for macing a GameStop employee, and he was released 3 days later and given a 6-month suspended sentence with a $541 fine. Safe to say the internet ran wild with this whole fiasco, making jokes left and right and poking fun at Sonic's arms, officially dubbing the event Blarms. And as I'm sure you all know, Sonic Boom references the whole ordeal. First in Season 2, Episode 57, where Mark the Taper, who hasn't been 100% confirmed, is totally a reference to Chris considering the arms line. And then 9 episodes later with the one that's just flat out a Chris reference.
Look what I found at the flea market! Dude, is that Tomatopotamus too?
That's the best one in the entire series! Tomatopotamus never worked in 3D.
Game companies always ruin their beloved franchises.
And they never should have changed the color of Tomatopotamus's legs.
Sonic's arms are not freaking blue! Chris Chan is innocent.
Okay, fine, I'm done talking about Chris Chan, moving on. Moving on, in 2015, the Sonic franchise would change forever with one man, Aaron Weber, who was hired as the new runner of the Sonic Twitter account after Kelly Parker left the company. And since then, the Sonic Twitter has been the absolute legend it is today. The account started to be way more humorous and self-aware, poking fun at people at Sonic's rocky past. But most importantly, after enough time, they started going hog with memes. They basically just take whatever memes are popular at the time and Sonicify them. And while it may have been a tad overkill at times, these are still great. Now, if we move forward a few years from that, we get to what's probably the most loved and hated Sonic meme ever. My man, Ugandan Knuckles. On February 20th, the animator Greg Zilla uploaded his review on Sonic Lost World, which towards the beginning, he was born.
So, without further echidna...
Oh no.
Intended to just be a 2-second visual gag, that's all it really was for a bit. That wasn't until a few weeks later when Greg uploaded the now classic Knuckles Sings, which did spawn a decent number of memes, but not nearly as many as it would get later, since on December 16th, 2017, the DeviantArt user Tidiest Flyer created him. A 3D model of Greg Zill's artwork was brought into the world, solidifying the meme's relevancy. However, what really put this little red boy on the map was a video uploaded by Stallsby titled You Do Not Know the Way, in which him and his friends imported the model into the game VR chat and started trolling people asking the iconic line.
It's all around me, what the heck? Stop! Stop! No! Stop!
No, you know,
which is believed to be originated from the line in the film Who Killed Captain Alex, where some dude says,
He knows the way of using a gun.
but yeah, after that, the meme was set in stone. There are more avatars, songs, which are genuine bops. This game I found called Ugandan Knuckle Simulator. Okay, so we're playing Ugandan Knuckle Simulator here. Let's start the game. Let's go level 1. Oh, this is grand. Let's beat up this guy. Yo, okay. And it, of course, got a figure, kickstarting the widely known collectible line U2s, being their first ever figure, in fact. Since then, they've used them on a total of 11 products with no signs of stopping, even though it might mean we get Sonic ones pretty pleased. But anyway, you couldn't escape this guy for a few weeks. But after a while, as all memes do, it started to die out. He was dead, he was unfunny, and everyone forgot he existed. He died along with his brother in Who Toucha My Spaghetti and our bestest friend, Logan Paul. But weirdly, about 2 years later, he started to come back. I sort of noticed this pattern where a meme that's considered unfunny and shit comes back about a year or two later, and stays permanently so it can be used ironically, which is exactly what happened with this boy. Nowadays, he's here to stay, for better or for worse. When the Sonic movie trailer was announced, the people were of course skeptical of the reported new design Sonic had, and for fair reason. It wasn't pretty on December 10th, 2018 when IGN gave us the infamous Sonic movie teaser poster, which, do I even need to say it? And the second poster that was found really didn't help the situation. Plus, people found that in order to pull off the exact pose Sonic had in this poster, you need to dislocate your leg, and who would do such a thing? And after several leaks of Sonic's design, the memeing truly started on April 30th when all went to shit. Meow was being talked about for days. People were showing what other Sonic characters would look like in the new movie style, and Sonic's realistic teeth in this one shot were being posted everywhere. People made hundreds of edits of this shot specifically, making it into basically anything you want. This design really put us on the worst timeline, but thankfully we got back on the right one. Now before we get on to the final topic, I want to bring up a few memes I couldn't really put on the list. Ones I couldn't really talk about for too long since there's not really that many interesting backstories behind them. So let's just do a kind of rapid fire honorable mentions, starting with the many versions of Sonic Says, including the 90s one, the Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing one, and the Runners one too. The Please Don't Turn Me Into a Marketable Plushie meme was Sonicified several times. Sonic Dreams Collection, a parody game that literally every YouTuber under the sun played in 2015. The webcomic Tales Gets Trolled, a bizarre story with all kinds of licensed characters, including Tom, who made this iconic face. The good old bootleg Harry Potter Obama 10 backpack that everybody loves. The problem with going faster than light is that you can only live in darkness, and no matter how fast I run, I cannot run away from the pain. Both memes are kids wearing Sonic Halloween costumes, with the former being from a short YouTube film titled A Short Sonic the Hedgehog film that explores loneliness, dread, and the horrors of youth, and the latter being from an old catalog. There's so many pieces of Christian Sonic art which exists, Hedgehog getting an X-ray, the double boost from Sonic Forces and meme pretty hard in 2017, Eggman's plan on his communicator thing being memed a ton when SMA came out. I mean, just as smear frames from that were comedy gold anyway. Some memes from the full Sonic movie like Eggman pressing the button, I have no idea, and I was not expecting that to name a few. Eggman is going to piss on the
How do you like that, Obama? I pissed on the moon, you idiot!
and Knuckles. And now we're finally at the last part of this clusterfuck, the final, most recent entry on this list, Getter. Now I'm gonna just come up and say this up front, I have literally no idea on anything political at all, so keep that in mind if I get some info wrong. But essentially, in 2021, senior Donald Trump advisor Jason Miller launched his own social media platform in order to have an alternative to the toxicity of sites like Twitter. Okay, he's kind of got a point, but the reason I'm telling you all this was because on the first day of the app's existence, it was being flooded with Rule 34 of Sonic. For no reason, literally everywhere you went on the site's opening days, you'd be bombarded with images of Sonic and friends in rather compromising positions. Like, this shit was everywhere. Though in the most unfortunate circumstance imaginable, Getter ended up removing most of the material after the initial raid, but thankfully we still have a couple screenshots. This though, this was like an actual event. Like, literally the mainstream media picked up on this. You had all kinds of articles talking about this, including fucking Newsweek. This whole thing was just so stupid. Like, out of all the characters they could have chosen, they chose Sonic. I like to imagine they created this site playing golf or something, and he checks his newly launched worldwide social media platform only to see Shadow's dick. So that's a look at the most influential moronic Sonic memes from every corner of the internet. There were a few highs, many lows, and I don't know if you'll change in the slightest after this, just sad. This is a long one, the page is like double what it usually is, but you know what, it's about damn time someone talked about Smooth Rider the Hedgehog. But anyway, my main goal of 2022 is to reach 10k, and on the track we're on, it looks like we just might get there. So yeah, if you like this garbage for some reason, hit the corresponding button and subscribe so I'll stop bitching. And sorry for the lack of uploads lately, I'm gonna try to get back on a more frequent schedule. But yeah, as for now, I'm gonna go edit this crap. Bye!